if you're a guy who cares about meeting women, a single guy, you want to be dating, meeting more women out, you've probably been reading, watching videos on how to meet women and or pick up. Well, I'm going to talk today about the two main differences between meeting women socially and what pickup really means today on Social Expression. Hey guys, David here from Social Expression today talking about meeting women socially versus doing pickup. So first thing I want to say is in the past I have done pickup. I know a lot about pickup. I put in my sets and reps and approaches and all that stuff in the past. And I don't have anything against pickup, to be honest. There are guys out there that actually are doing really good work, and they're doing it though also within the pickup community, believe it or not, and they're doing it outside of it. And I just saw some videos by a guy who said pickup is bad, it's unhealthy, and this and that. And yeah, there can be unhealthy aspects to it, but overall, we all have a choice, and I don't have anything against pickup. And I went through a big phase where I was very anti-pickup, and now I don't really care. But I will say that for me it works better when I approach meeting women through a social means as part of my life rather than a pickup type of thing where I'm putting all this attention and got to put in all this hard work. Because the first thing I want to say about pickup, if you're going to do pickup, it tends to be, depending on where you do it, it tends to be something that requires a lot more focus and effort, and it requires a lot more numbers in terms of going and doing your approaches and talking to women versus the yield you'll get in terms of dates, being able to sleep with a woman, being able to date a woman, turn it into a relationship. Not saying you can't, it's just a very, very different type of way versus building up your social circles and meeting women through those. And whether you're out at the bar with friends or at a party, even at work through social relations or after work stuff or common work friends or whatever, it's just a wholly different approach. So let me give an example. This weekend, I was really social. It's spring here. I did a lot of hibernating in the winter, a lot of work in my business, and I just went out once a week pretty much. But I went out the last 2 days and nights, and I had a blast. And on Friday night, I went to an art gallery opening, met up with a buddy for happy hour, and we just planned on that. And then all of a sudden, he gets this call. He says, "Oh shit, I have to go to this art opening. You want to go?" And I was like, "Yeah, okay." See, I didn't even have those plans. It just kind of arose through my social connections. Went to this art opening. Tons of women there. Had this free vodka shots, serving those. Then we went to another bar, and of course I was social with people. And all of a sudden, I was at this bar, and then out there, one of the buddies that I'm with is smoking a cigarette, and there's these two girls out there, and he's kind of chatting to them off the cuff, and then I go back in to check on my friends. I come back out, and then I don't know how it happened, but just started talking to these women. And then all of a sudden, there's one of the women and I were talking across the circle, and they're talking, and I just moved over, and we started talking. And within 30 seconds, she goes, "Hey, do you want to hang out sometime?" Now, I'm going to say this isn't necessarily normal for me, but I will say that because of me all being social all night, A, had an effect. B, because my state of mind and presence is much more calm than it ever has been, I was able to convey who I was a lot as a man through my presence alone, through my listening, through my eye contact, through how I told about myself and the story I was telling. And she was really drawn in, and I was drawn into her in a real connection. Okay, now to me that's not pickup, right? And even if you're out at a bar, I mean, I think there's gray lines here, guys. Like, it's a gray area rather. There's crossover, because it's like, well, am I going to pick up women if I go and talk to those women at the bar? Well, it's a social setting already. So in one instance, it's like, yeah, if you're going to go approach, then it's like, you can call it pickup, but why isn't it you just going over and talking to some girls? Part of being social. So we can frame it in different ways in language. Now, where I will say it's different is when it comes to if you're like really, really not in a quote unquote social situation. For instance, something called day game. Okay, picking up women in the day, which when I did a lot of pickup was my favorite. Much better, I feel, when I was doing pickup in the day, and I think there's a lot of reasons it can be really cool. It's still a high numbers, low yield type of game, pretty much, but you absolutely can meet women and date women and stuff via that means. Because how do I know I've done it? It's a lot of effort. So yeah, that is if you're like, hey, with the direct approaches, hey, I saw you, I thought you were cute, I know this is kind of random, but I just wanted to come say hi, or whatever all that, that stuff is, which is good stuff, quite frankly. I mean, it's honest, it's direct, it's not creepy or weird if you're being honest with your intentions. It might be a little out of place, because pickup is what I call bell curve technology. It's not something you go out every day and see. I mean, if you walk on the street and go in your town, you don't see men approaching women a lot, right? It's just not socially normal. It doesn't mean you can't do it or you shouldn't do it. I just want you to know the differences here between what we're talking about. And there's one thing, too, that I think can make a pickup mindset more difficult for somebody, because it becomes this huge, big thing. And when we make it a huge, big thing, right, women can feel that versus, we're really confident, calm in ourselves, we know who we are as men, and we're just like, hey, I like you, but my life is good with or without you, because no woman or no man wants a needy lover or partner or husband or wife if you get that far down the road. And so that's what we have to watch out for with pickup, is becoming needy, because you can really get results and still be needy because you approach a lot of women and you hit some numbers, but then you're still needy in your relationship if you get to a relationship, and then you've got all this neediness shit to deal with, right? That's that outcome dependent stuff that you might hear about. So, sorry, kick the camera stand. So be really aware. Now, to me, it's amazing to be able to, have your phone filled with text messages from friends and people to hang out with, or people you can call and text, right? Have your phone filled with text messages, and I've got probably 20 or 30 in the last few days from people that I'm in touch with that I had to put the work in to build over time through action. But you see, when you have the right mindset, your right state of mind, to where you're enjoying your life, enjoying what you do, and learn to enjoy being social, this becomes natural and easy. It doesn't have to be a lot of work, and it shouldn't be a lot of work. And the more that we make being social fun and enjoyable, the more all this stuff happens, and the more things are more effortless and easy and seem like magic. Like when I met that girl, and all of a sudden she's asking me within 30 seconds, hey, let's hang out. Now, I will say that says something about her too, which I really liked, and I said immediately yes to her because of the way she said it, and the way she was so direct and honest. It really drew me in. Now, in the past, I had some mental stuff that, it's not how it's supposed to go, and I'm the man picking up the woman, and all this kind of crap. Instead of listening to my intuition and listening to my gut feeling, which is so important when we're talking about being social and the vibe that you have. And then the next day I went to a barbecue, and how it works for me is if I'm wanting to date more or meet women, then this is how I describe it. Because my state of mind is so calm and relaxed compared to however it used to be. Not that I don't get anxious or nervous at times or have my own shit going on in my life, but I used to always go, okay, I have to meet a woman. I have to go out. I got to put all this effort in. And that's the wrong way to go about it. You see, it's kind of like what I call, you want to drop your intention in a clear mind, okay? So when our mind's clear, we just have to go, I'm going to meet a girl today, And every time I do that, guess what happens, when I'm out being social? When I do my social circles, whatever, I inevitably meet and connect with some girl. Now, whether that turns into something or not, that depends. That depends on a lot of things. But at the barbecue, I met another woman. Now, not really super attracted to her, but had a great conversation. I talked with other women there, and a couple different women, and I didn't I didn't get the number or anything because I just wasn't feeling it as much as the other girl who came and picked me up, quote unquote, or asked me out in that sense. So, you just want to be clear. I think it's important to, and you can do both. You can be social, you can do pickup, whatever. But you got to do what fits you in your life. And there can be a lot of benefits to doing pickup. I can't believe I'm saying this, but there are things that I learned that, and you see the structures commonly across pickup teachers, that are really cool. But, it comes down to this. It comes down to presence and vibe will trump any technique or anything you can say every time. Because being social and connecting with people is an emotional, energetic thing, okay? And then being honest about your intentions and saying what you want. It's pretty simple, if you want to hang out with a girl and you say, hey, you're really cool. I think we should hang out. I think we should go out. And you'll be able to know the more you do this because you can feel it, the signs of attraction. You'll feel it in the energy, in the eye contact. We can look at body language signals like preening is a big one. Men do it, women do it, right? Preening is... women do a lot of the hair stuff, playing with the hair. All of a sudden they'll fix themselves totally unconsciously, right? Men will stick their chest out and suck in their gut and all that shit, right? That's what we do. That's like to be sexually attractive, to be, right? But more than that, when you're in conversation, you'll feel if there's a connection. And that takes time. That takes time and practice. So you got to go out there and do it and take action. But of course, if you're dealing a lot with shyness and social anxiety, you need to deal with your inner beliefs and thoughts and all the stuff that's generating the anxiety. Because you can take any amount of action. If you're not doing that at the same time, then it's just going to be a big uphill battle, right? So that's what I help. That's what I help people do. That's what I help guys do too. So as always, subscribe to the channel if you like what you see. There'll be a link to subscribe to the Social Expression blog below. And there'll be some recommended videos after this that you can click on and keep engaged and keep learning, because I want you to be able to have the life you want, especially socially, so you can really enjoy time, connections with people, relationships, and especially to be able to date the women that you want to date. Okay, until next video, I'm complete. Hey, if you like this video and want more tips and strategies on how to overcome your shyness, social anxiety, self-doubt, and really build the confidence in your social skills, conversational skills as much as you can, up to the best you can be, so you can have the career success, the social circles and friends, the dating life that you want, all that and more, subscribe to the Social Expression channel by clicking on the subscribe button, and check out the other videos here that are on offer. This channel is all about helping you be the best guy that you can, like I've done for myself, and I really want you guys to succeed. So keep watching.